Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, theys and thems, gender fluidians and non-binarians, welcome back to my channel. I am your seat filler, Black Omen. We are going to be about to experience the first annual reaction to the second annual Ozcar Awards. Now, for those who don't know, the Ozcar Awards is the metaphorical brainchild of Arnold, aka Murder for Birds. If you're a follower of his, you know last year, him and his girlfriend Calexin, they put together this award show celebrating RWBY and the behind-the-scenes crewbie people that work hard, and all the blood, sweat, tears, and various other bodily fluids that goes into making a whole season of RWBY. Because, you know, Rooster Teeth does not get the proper recognition they do by the Hollywood press or, you know, big names out in Hollywood, you know. So I think this was a really good way to kind of our way of saying thank you to Rooster Teeth and the people who work at RWBY who bust their ass day in and out making this wonderful show that we have all been watching for years. So this is our way of saying thank you. So I think before we get started, sorry about the train. I know this is an award show and everything, and I wanted to dress up and be a little bit extra and put on a nice suit, being that this is a nice snazzy occasion. But unfortunately, it is 85 degrees outside, and I, unfortunately, am not going to put myself through watching 2 hours of an award show just by sweating my ass off for the sake of a bit. So, I would have loved to have dressed up to the nines and made everything look all nice and everything, but unfortunately the heat outside has a different agenda, shall I say. So I guess without further ado, let's pop these in. Alright. Now, being that this is, I'm going to be here for the next 2 hours and 20 minutes, I needed to have some kind of a beverage. You know, I got myself a nice little chalice of water, or something water adjacent. And also, being that this is an award show, I figure this reaction might be brought to you by Pepsi. I'm kidding. But Pepsi, if you're watching, call me. I do endorsements. Anyway, so without further ado, let's get into the festivities. In 3, 2, 1, and go.
Greetings and salutations, everybody. I'm Arnold, also known as Murder of Birds, and I'm joined by Calexin, and we are here to present the second annual Oscars, a RWBY Volume 8 award show.
We are so happy to be with you all here tonight to celebrate crewbie's work on RWBY Volume 8. We want to acknowledge everyone who has brought this volume to life bigger and better.
I kind of feel like they should have done
For this year's Oscars, we have more categories than ever in order to show our appreciation to the
like
directors, writers, voice talents, animators, designers, editors, storyboarders, modelers, camera, lights, VFX, rigging artists, compositors, mocap, and even the musicians.
We have a lot of surprises in store for this year, but I'll let you know 2 out of the 3 right away. This year, we did a ranked voting system, so the choices made by the community would be weighted more fairly. We had over 10 nominees.
I should have wrote down what I voted for.
But remember, we're only going to read out the top 5 nominees in alphabetical order. So if a character or piece or other item is missing, rest assured it was most likely on the poll. It just wasn't verbally re-announced in this video.
We're also excited to reveal that we have many of our peers from the RWBY community joining us to present tonight's awards. And I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who joined in making this year's Oscars far better and probably the best that we've done from last year to this year. I've been looking at everyone's category submissions over the last few days, and I swear y'all are going to love it. This is one of, if not the most ambitious crossover in RWBY history.
Excluding RWBY itself and its fairy tale and myth character crossover, of course. And definitely one of the biggest YouTuber crossovers I've ever seen anyway. Speaking of which, since we aren't going to split the revenue 25 different ways, we decided to donate any ad revenue, super chats, etc. to Extra Life, benefiting children's hospitals in the United States and Canada. Rooster Teeth participates in this every year, so I can't think of a better way to honor Crewbie tonight than to support a cause that Rooster Teeth partners with on an annual basis.
That's enough from us. We thank you guys so much for your patience. Sit back, relax, and without further ado, let us begin the Oscars, a RWBY Volume 8 award show.
Yes. Oh, this is amazing. I saw a little preview of this little thing here, but it is beautiful, I have to say. I love that it's like just a piano version of these intro songs. It's a nice little medley. Now, if I have to say that...
Hello everyone, I'm Raijin Rising, here to present to you the first category of the RWBY Volume 8 Oscars. For those of you who aren't familiar with me, I have been in the fandom since about the very beginning of it, but only since the off-season between Volumes 6 and 7 have I really started contributing to it, at least in the form of YouTube videos. So in that time I've done video essays, a complete restructure of the first 4 volumes of RWBY's store to the format that we are more familiar with them nowadays. Party amount of shit posts, even in AMV. I've done reaction videos, but most recently for Volume 8, chapter reviews episode by episode. I am nowhere near as familiar or established as many of the faces that you are about to see throughout the course of the show, but like this award show, I am just getting started. So to kick things off, enough about me. The first category of the night is Best Environment. For Best Environment, a heck of a lot of work goes into the final product that the characters live in on screen. What is needed in the script gets concept art, which might get a matte painting, gets 3D modeled, a heck of a lot goes into the composites that looks much more like what we as the viewer actually sees, and from there on it's camera work and even the sound design. With that all being said, these are your nominees for Best Environment. The central location.
Guardrails not included. It's the cute little descriptions in there. Nice place you got here. That's pretty cool.
One-way ticket to Vacuo.
The end credits island.
Ooh. I think I like that one. I'm going with the might be going with the end credit island one. Oh. Wait. I think I might have to go with Monstra. I might have to change my answer.
It's mine.
What I liked about Monstra, it was
you
like
picked a fine time to
Not another
the
word.
reds.
We're coming in.
I'm a big fan of red.
The Winter Vault Flower Field.
Where's my Winter Wonderland? I'm going with Monster on this one.
And the Oscar for Best Environment goes to...
Monster! Woo! Yes! Glad I got it right.
I've been thinking about what you said. If it's a lie, and I took that lie to Salem, the punishment would fall on my head before yours. So let's see if you're bluffing.
I can totally see it, and I gotta say, my choice for best environment didn't even make the top 5. As you'll go through the night, you'll see the top 5 are being read, and my choice for best environment was the Tundra from Chapter 4. The Tundra, specifically the set that Yang and Ren have their argument in. The setting does so much for that scene, and you know, as I was saying with the camera work,
I like that they break down how
degrees. If I'm not mistaken, I'd have to go back.
How
there's
each
360
vote percentage-wise
of that set that you see.
It's
I
nice
think
to
maybe
see it,
even
you know,
in as
see
little
how
as
close
one shot, you see the entire
how
tundra.
much, you know,
and the way that the characters are immersed in it. You know, I'd say the sound design has a lot to do with it too, but it just felt so rooted in that moment. I really love the way that everything went in to really put the viewer in that scene. As for Monstra, though, gotta admit, I totally get it. It totally deserves this win. You know, we are seeing a new set of Monstra almost every time we're in Monstra. We start out with the premiere episode of Volume 8 with Cinder and Neo walking through it. Neo just kind of... What did she get herself into? You know, we see the jail cell, we see the relic room, we see all the way up through the very finale once Monstra itself is destroyed. We see Salem reamalgamating herself in what I believe is a deconstructed set from earlier on. But Monstra completely redefined what a location in RWBY is. It is Salem's mobile command center for Volume 8. It's a grim and a location, and it does so much for Salem. So yeah, it deserves this win. So that about does it, but as you are aware, I am the first of many presenters for this year, so on to the next, and on to the next category.
Alright, just so anyone's wondering if anything seems a little different, because I had to re-record this port, because I seem to have lost this portion of the video in the editing process. So if things seem different, you'll know why. So let's begin, or resume, in 3, 2, 1, and go.
Good evening, RWBY fans. My name is Larissa. And I'm Shinu. We are both YouTubers and Twitch streamers, and I've been making RWBY content since Volume 4.
And I've been making RWBY content since the Red Trailer.
I upload gaming videos and RWBY reactions to my YouTube,
I guess
and I
she's
stream a variety
Australian.
of games on Twitch, including
But
Hollow
that's pretty
Knight,
clever.
Sci-Fi Strikers, and Pokemon. I also do cosplays. I'm most known for my Volume 4 RWBY cosplay. You can see my photos on my Instagram.
I like
you can find me on all my socials as Nerds of Oz.
Crescent Rose
I
behind
mainly
her.
stream on Twitch, currently
assuming
playing
that's
Animal Crossing,
probably the
Final
phone
Fantasy
one, not
14,
the- it's not a
Phasmophobia,
real-
and
real
soon
one, but, you know.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and then Spider-Man Miles Morales on my YouTube, as well as the odd RWBY video. You can find me on my socials as SheNoobTTV or just SheNoob on YouTube.
We are honoured to be presenting the category of Best Lighting at the Oscars this year,
Best
for which
lighting,
RWBY has done an
alright.
amazing job during Volume 8.
The lighting in RWBY has been one of the greatest marks of improvement in the show throughout the years, with Volume 8 being no exception.
Lighting is one of the biggest components that conveys mood in any form of media, and in a volume as moody as Volume 8, this is especially important.
The lighting this year has encapsulated the emotions of each scene beautifully, and we are excited to be presenting this award today.
Now, without further ado, here are the nominees for Best Lighting.
Ironwood's Ultimatum.
I have always promised to defend this kingdom, its technology, its future,
I'm a slut for
from
lighting.
those who would see it destroyed. Our enemy is crippled.
Ironwood's Ultimatum.
Mental.
Nuke Aftermath.
Are they inhaling monstrous ashes? I mean, technically. I did like how you see Neo skipping and you see the lamp just glowing. That was kind of a nice touch.
Penny overlooking Atlas.
Penny overlooking Atlas. The Northern Lights kind of touch to it look kind of cool.
The Tundra argument.
I hate to break it to you, but that's part of being a huntsman.
Are you kidding? We don't know the first thing about being huntsmen.
We
clearly weren't ready. Guys, stop it.
Were we not ready when we saved Haven? When we took down a
What
Leviathan?
I did like about
we got the lamp
their
to
use
Atlas.
of lighting in
And
this
then we
scene
lost it.
was having Ren's hair like cast a shadow on his face. I thought that was a nice touch. And also the camera work, if you want to call it, they did like a nice little spin around
Salem
them.
has the lamp and Oscar.
It was a real nice.
No plan, no
It
army.
was a nice scene.
Weiss's room and Storm.
The city won't stand a chance unless we stop it. It's massive. Way bigger than a Leviathan. What?
It's okay. The fireplace was a nice choice of, you know, for the lighting from that. That was kind of cool.
Like this.
And the Oscar for best lighting goes to
Aftermath?
Nuke Aftermath! Woo-hoo!
Yes!
Yay! Congratulations to that scene.
Woo!
Did anyone respond?
I definitely enjoy that whole like sepia
She'll come
look.
back. In the interim, we need a plan.
If you want to call it that.
Plan? The plan
It just made everything
changed.
look cool.
I'm going to rip the maiden power out of Penny Polendina. Because you're going to bring her to me.
I think we can all agree that the nuke itself was quite an incredible visual element of this volume.
Yeah,
Something we certainly
definitely.
haven't seen in RWBY before. And then all of the scenes following that in the aftermath, the lighting really helps to convey this post-apocalyptic atmosphere.
Congratulations to Creepy and everyone who worked on lighting in Volume 8. A well-deserved win for this scene.
And all-around congratulations to all of the nominees as well.
Hi, my name is Erin. You may also know me as Puns of Damage on YouTube. I was a RWBY reactor for volumes 4 through 8. And I started watching the show all the way back at the end of volume 1.
I like
Gotta
the name.
love getting into a show right before the hiatus.
She that works on.
I am a Twitch streamer. I like to stream RPG and story-heavy games. I like to cry about
I love the
them.
fact that
I am probably most known for crying about Pierre
now
and
works
Ghost.
on the
I have
show
cosplayed all
and
of Team RWBY. I have cosplayed way too many RWBY characters.
she's like,
and I am most known
works
for
on the show now,
cosplaying
and she's
Pierre and
talking
Ghost
about
because I am
all the stuff that
so
from previous volumes.
making a show is
kind
a
of a
very
nice surreal
lengthy and collaborative process, and one of the overlooked aspects that can really give a shot the extra push is the visual effects. Now, this season had no shortage of visual effects, with the post-production team pulling out all of the stops to give us terrifying sequences with the Hound, to the sheer mystery and mysticism of Ambrosius's domain. With this in mind, the nominees for Best Visual Effects are Monstrous Death.
Monstrous Death.
Nora Overcharging.
Nora, wait!
Nora going Super Saiyan, as I call it.
Hurry up, Elm! I can't!
The Nuke.
The Nuke. Yeah, I think this is probably one of my favorites, the Nuke.
Winter's Anime Slash.
Anime Slash. was definitely a nice touch. But I don't know if I would...
The Winter Maiden.
You chose nothing.
Winter.
This was a gift.
And the Oscar for Best Visual Effect in RWBY Volume 8 is...
The Nuke. Come on, Nuke.
The Nuke.
Yes!
What's the
Oh, that scene alone is just amazing. Oh. What I love about it is that they didn't use like any exploding sounds. It was just music. It was a really nice touch. You know, just something like a different choice.
I think we can all agree that the episode was a heart stopper in more ways than one.
Yeah.
And everyone, both the characters and the audience included, were hit with emotional blow after blow after blow after blow after blow until we all longed for death. And what better way to kind of kick off all of the heart-wrenching moments of that episode in all of its majesty than with a sequence absolutely devastating in its calmness and its silence. Congratulations to all of the nominees. It was really, really hard to pick between all of them. It was such an amazing volume, post-production-wise and story-wise. Yeah. But visual effects really just have been kicking it off. Everything has come such a long way since the early days of Volume 1. And I cannot wait for you guys to see where it goes in the future.
Sal, you,
Taylor
I'm Taylor
McNee!
McNee, and I have the pleasure of being the voice of Penny. I'm a voice actor, a 3D artist, an author, a YouTuber, and a nerd. I was Kruby for the first season of Ruby, where I
Arnold, you son of a bitch.
Art direction and environment.
You did it, man.
You know who made Nora's pancakes? I did. Torchwick's cane and hat and cigar, Ruby's
the fact that you guys
Velvet's camera
got her to
and
do
glowy
this.
copycat weapons.
My hat is off to you
Suns,
guys.
nunchuck guns, dorm rooms, ballrooms, ships, city streets, all the lamp posts and trees and benches and stuff, and so many other things, but mostly the pancakes. That was me. That was me. You can find me over at the Simply Betta channel, where I'm obsessed with betta fish and fish tanks and aquascapes and aquatic plants, and I really go in depth into my hobby. You can also find me over at the Tabby Tabaxi channel, where I dance, and I'm going to be getting into my VR headset and rhythm games and streams and stuff. Thank you so much to Arnold and Calaxon for inviting me to present a category in the RWBY Volume 8 Oscars. Concept art is a critical part of the creation of an animated series. It's what communicates the vision of the directors to the rest of the art team. It serves as a reference or a blueprint for artists to work with to create characters, environments, props, any digital asset, even communicating moods or feelings of specific scenes. It's one of the foundations of telling a story in a visual medium, like an animated series.
Hide this.
These are the nominees for Best
from all of us. It's hats off to you guys. Concept art. All right. Ambrosius.
The Bridge. Monster. Mountain Chase Scene.
So far, I'm going with the bridge on this one.
Penny overlooking Amity. Silver-eyed Faunus.
Oh, okay. Might be going with this one.
And the Oscar for Best Concept Art goes
Monstra.
to...
Monstra.
Penny overlooking Amity! Congratulations!
Wow, I didn't get that one right, but nevertheless, it is such a beautiful piece of art, and especially considering Taylor McNee got to present it, and Penny is the one that won.
The community voted very well. I approve of that wholeheartedly. This small pause where Penny stops and she looks at this symbol of hope in the night sky and we feel good for a minute was a lovely, peaceful moment before it all came crashing down in the episodes to come. Thanks so much to Arnold and Calaxin for having me on this season's Ruby Oscars.
Hello, distinguished guests. Today I have the honor and pleasure of being one of the many hosts for today's special event. Let me introduce myself. If you don't know me, I'm Lady Stardust, but you can just call me Star. I got into Ruby about 4, maybe 5 years ago, and I've only just now caught up for this volume. It's been amazing to take part of the community events, and this especially. It's been so much fun to join in on the discussion and the theorizing and the waiting, the agonizing waiting for next volume. You may remember me from crying over Roman's death all those years ago, and more recently to being the #1 Ironwood fan. When I'm not screaming over Ruby or other shows and movies that I like to watch, you can usually find me on Twitch trying to survive in Skyrim or trying to not die in multiple video games. I think a pretty accurate way I describe myself is a professional fangirl and screamer of screams. When I'm not screaming at screams, usually I'm either dyeing my hair or changing up my look completely. And speaking of looks, from its inception, Ruby has placed great importance on character design, and these character designs are really cool, and they've inspired thousands of people all over the world to cosplay and to dress up as our favorite characters. From the jump, Ruby had drool-worthy character design, hair, makeup, outfits, and weaponry. It really has become part of the Ruby signature, just like with the plot, with the animation, and with the music. And over the years,
characters in the show are very cosplayable.
New looks, new haircuts, like my favorite, Blake's Little Bob, and with these character design changes, Ruby has used it as a plot.
How can you not want to dress up with the
character
characters?
Development and character growth. These are the nominees for Best Redesign. Emerald.
Cinder.
Emerald's outfit. It's nice. Hazel.
Hazel.
If you want to include the colors,
Mercury.
Vacuo. After what I just told
you. The same jackets.
Those are Salem's new orders.
You're packing jackets to go to a desert. What is wrong with you? Pack yourself a pair of shorts, man. It's gonna be hot.
Nora Scars.
That was pretty awesome.
And down she goes. I like her scars, but I don't think the scars win.
Winter.
Sir?
Winter's outfit, I'm gonna say. I'm gonna go with Winter. Final answer.
And the Oscar for Best Redesign goes to Winter!
Yes! Hell yeah. So far, I only got 2 wrong. Not bad. Not bad.
Congratulations to Winter. This one was so well deserved, and it was my personal favorite pick. This redesign took one of the coolest characters and made her even cooler. This volume showed us so many things in character design that we hadn't seen in previous volumes, and Ruby knocked it out of the park with this one. Thank you, Ruby, for working so hard on something that so many people toss to the side and forget. Character design is one of the best ways to show character growth and development, and this volume was chock full of it. So thank you to Ruby, and congratulations again to our winner.
Good day, everybody. It is Calaxin and Hunter here presenting the award for Best Merch. You may have already seen me, probably a little bit too much to be honest, but if you don't know, Hunter and I make videos on my channel, Calaxin. We do reactions, discussions, analysis, theories on Ruby, but other anime and video games as well.
We also make videos about Ruby merch, giving our thoughts to what's in the store, as well as showing off the pieces we've actually bought. So we are so excited to be announcing the award this evening.
Not only did characters get new outfits this volume, but the fandom also got to dress up in some Ruby Volume 8 merch.
It's cute.
Ruby merch is how we rep our favorite characters, from action-ready Winter and Penny, to metal Nora and Ruby, to stunning pieces for Junior and Salem, and occasionally Ruby Ramen Bowls. The design team definitely upped the ante this year.
And don't forget about those pretty glasses and mugs either. You'll want those handy as we toast to the winner and, of course, the nominees. These are the nominees for Best Merch released in Volume 8. RWBY Action Figure Collection.
I don't know if you really call them action figures.
RWBY Glass Collection.
Glass Collection. They look cool.
RWBY Metal
Alright,
Collection.
that one does look cool.
RWBY Mug Collection.
The mugs are cool, yeah. They look nice.
The Junior Salem Penny Ein Lee Collection.
Alright, I'm going with Ein Lee on this one.
And the Oscar goes to...
The Junior Salem Penny Ein Lee Collection.
Yes! Got it right. Got it right.
Congratulations to the design team in Ein Lee.
It's no surprise that the Ein Lee collection took home the crown
Spirits
this year.
of Metal
The wall
got
scrolls
second
were
place.
absolutely beautiful, and the shirts finally gave fans of Junior, or I guess what's left of Juniper, Salem, Penny, and especially Oscar, an amazing way to rep their faves.
Or mourn their faves. It wasn't only the art in this collection, but the characters showcased that left an unforgettable impact on the fans. We can't wait to see what wonderful and baffling creations the merch team has in store for us next volume. I'm thinking a Shade Academy sunblock, or Blake Belladonna fish fillet knife, or an alternative reality Tropical Beach survival kit.
Hello RWBY fans, hello Oscars audience. It's good to see you all. I'm Katie.
I'm Megan.
And we generally do a reaction channel that's RWBY, that's all things Rooster Teeth animation. We also have a horror channel.
Yay!
Where we do all things horror, and that's where you can see me jump out of my skin if you want to.
Horror
yes,
or
silver
horror?
screens.
Silver screens.
It's a good time.
And of course, we have the obligatory podcast. We are part of Rooster Team Radio, where we team up with 2 other hosts, and again, talk about all things Rooster Teeth animation, all things RWBY. We have a very, very good time. We have been fans of Rooster Teeth since early Red vs. Blue.
Yeah, it was like season 3 was what was going on when my older brother initially got me into it, and I've stuck with Rooster Teeth ever since.
And I think one of my friends bought the season 1 DVD from GameStop way back in the day.
That's where I got it too.
And that's how we started. So we've been here for a while. Lucky enough to see the RWBY premiere at RTX, and we've been just in it to win it since then. And we are absolutely honored to be invited to participate in the Oscars and to present here. So thank all of you.
Thank you guys so much. This is so cool.
We're so excited. And without further ado, we'd like to move into our first category. Memes.
Memes.
Social currency, internet hieroglyphics. That one thing that you say in real life on accident and then you have to spend the next 15 minutes explaining the context.
Oh boy.
Memes. We know them, we love them, the internet generates them, and we have generated some fantastic memes for this season. Some of them came and went in the span of an episode, some of them stuck around for the long haul. And these are your nominees for Best Meme. Before, after RWBY.
Alright. Oh, poor
Bill,
Tuxon.
number 1 dud.
Oh, poor Bill.
Read the sign, Bill. Read the sign. Why don't you ever just pay attention?
Damn it,
You're late
Bill.
all the time. Your coworkers.
Remnant's Chew Toy.
Oscar!
Team Arcos.
You can do. Let me choose this one thing. Trust me.
Weiss ejected.
Launch.
Going with Weiss ejected. And that was one of my favorites. Weiss was not the imposter.
And the winner is... Weiss ejected!
If you lie back in the tube and press launch...
It's still funny. After many times of seeing it, it's still funny.
I love this meme so much. Oh my god,
Oh.
11 seconds
Wow.
of just laughing my face off.
It's so good. And like the thing about this meme is like it's exactly what it's the sort of thing where it's like memes can only exist because of the culture and the time and place in which they're created.
A confluence effect.
Exactly.
Yes.
And that's exactly what this particular meme is.
And it's
we
loved the scene when we first saw it.
the
We laughed like crazy when we first saw it. And then
was
Among
very
Us has
popular
been
at the time
the
the meme
social
was
game of
created.
the past year
So-
and a half, especially since we haven't been able to be
It's,
social.
it did help.
So seeing them stitched together in such a perfect way is just chef kiss material.
Absolutely.
Well done. Congratulations, Weiss ejected. Well deserved.
Sirs and Madams with Sterling.
And Cheryl, hello.
Thanks for letting us
Sirs and
join you
Madams.
guys. Thank you, Murder Birds, for putting all this together for us.
Indeed, welcome to the Oscars, you guys. We're super pumped to be here.
Yeah, so just a little bit about Sirs and Madams. We do a lot of reactions to RWBY, obviously, and a few other things. We also do lots of gaming on Twitch and YouTube now. We've been friends for about 10 plus years. I've stopped counting after 7. So I lost
like
count.
your family after 7. It's just cut it off. But yeah, I think that's part of our dynamic for sure. Is that we've all are longtime friends who met through music, through arts, through gaming. We like stuff. We know you like stuff. So we all share our stuff. That's how it goes. Yeah, the other thing that we do, I think, on our channel, it kind of makes us unusual, is we do RWBY covers. We are a bunch of crazy musicians, and so we've tried to put that to work for the community. So if you're interested in hearing some of our stuff, you can visit our channel and see what we've covered so far, and we've always got stuff in the pipeline, so hopefully we'll have some more stuff soon.
Absolutely. Good music is good music no matter what type of
learning
media.
about
film,
some new
TV,
YouTubers,
even a web series
so
like
it's,
this.
Absolutely. I know that I personally
kinda nice.
was introduced to RWBY through the music even before the show. And I think that exceptional songwriting and exceptional performances are really what draws us in to this show
So
so,
I'm guessing
much.
These are the nominees for
category.
Best Song.
Be strong and hit stuff.
You don't get to really hear the song that much during this scene, but I can't wait to hear the whole thing.
For every life.
For every life. Let's go! Wait, we're not doing that.
Friend.
Okay, never mind. Friend. God damn it! No, don't cry. Don't cry.
So here's my secret. At bedtime every night, I search
I'm getting
the sky
chills.
and hope to find a star and send a light.
All right, don't cry. Don't cry. I love this song.
The sky is falling.
When it falls, intensifies. I'm going with Friend on this one. This is another song I want to hear more of. I want to hear more of this one. Can't wait.
The truth.
Scrub the dishes in the
And the winner is?
Friend. Come on. Let it be Friend.
Friend!
Yes! Yes!
two hearts always make you feel this
This
warm.
warm.
My wish
Wish came
true. The day that you
Call me friend.
same time. But I feel like, you know, all Ruby songs that are the excellent ones are either super heartfelt or super a bop, and this song kind of transitions between the two. So, very good choice, fandom.
Yeah, and it was the perfect ending for the volume.
Ruby
just
songs.
to
It's
encapsulate
either
everything.
Like
and
super
just,
heavy
like you said,
and
the bop
awesome,
was just,
or you're
we
super
end,
emotional.
So. Nice
and
choice,
you just wanna,
fandom.
Like, rip the heart out of my chest here. There's nothing in the middle.
Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and others. My name is Dan, the voice behind that Kaito Dan, and before anything else, thank you so much to Arnold and Cal for inviting me on as one of this year's Oscar Award hosts.
I see him on Twitter
this is a fantastic
like
way
all
to
the time.
Celebrate the end
So
of the previous
now I know
volume,
what he looks
bring
like.
the fandom together, and also, most importantly,
And what he
give
sounds
love
like.
back to the massively
I've never watched
talented
any of his
people
videos,
behind
but
the
I
show,
might have to.
the Crewbie. Every single person involved in the show
his
deserve
accent, too.
awards of their own
His
for their
accent is
hard
just-
work, pure talent, and dedication to the series
listening
that
to this
we
even
all
better.
love, especially over this last year or so being the mother of all douche canoes. So yeah, thank you again to Arnold and
Douche
Cal,
canoe.
and thank you massively to every single person involved in the show. Much love and respect. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the guy who makes all the bad puns on Twitter or on several RubyTuber live streams.
Yes.
But I'm also a lifelong
You
Ruby
know, for
fan
puns.
ever since the initial color trailers. and from Volume 2
anyone
onwards,
who enjoys
I've been
puns as
making
much as I
several
do
Ruby
is
content,
awesome in
including
my book.
episode reviews and reactions, as well as countdowns, news updates, and much more. I also react to several other Rooster Teeth works like Death Battle, recorded by Arizal and Ruby Chibi, and just anything else that I have a fancy in, like Nintendo Directs, State of Plays, and Smash reveals. But today, I'm here to present a few voice acting awards as an avid fan of the profession. Voice acting by itself is no easy feat, as you're limited to just one part of your body to bring to life several unique personalities and characters of all shapes and sizes. And this year has expanded that challenge by many talents having to record their lines in unfamiliar territories like homemade booths, different studios, and if push comes to shove, their own wardrobe. Still, Volume 8 was home to some of the finest performances in the entire series, including many of the talented gents in this category, proving that there is a massive amount of talent in Ruby's long list of voiceover stars. These are the nominees for Best Voice Actor in a Supporting Role. Christopher Sabat as Dr. Arthur Watts.
Given what we're after,
There's a
I've got all
Vegeta
the
joke
motive.
here, and I know it. Chris Sabat. I love him. One of my favorites.
Dave Fennoy as Pietro Polendina.
She's right, Pietro.
Best Geppetto we could have asked for. Yeah, definitely Dave Fennoy brought it hard this season. Well,
Jason Liebrecht as Crow Bronwyn.
The thing that really stings. For the
He
first
also
time
voiced
in
the
a
Hound
while,
too, that's right.
I thought,
That's right. Jason Liebrecht working double duty this year. Or this season. It's a childish dream.
Nick Lauer as Maro Amin.
You call this saving?
This scene was good. A collar.
Collar.
Because you're a dog.
Shannon McCormick as Ozpin.
I'd like to express again that this is my burden to bear,
Shannon McCormick.
not yours. His grudge.
And the Oscar for Best Voice
Chris
Actor
Sabat.
in a Supporting Role goes to Chris Sabat as Dr. Arthur Watts. Congratulations.
I said I had Penny under control, not that I could telekinetically force her to do whatever I want.
This whole
what?
The whole thing that he did here with Cinder, where he just broke her down piece by piece.
She should be.
Was by far one of the best moments of Volume 8.
There seems to be some part of her capable of resisting. Regardless, it's only a matter of time before her mechanical body succumbs to the virus. She'll open the vault, then she'll destroy herself, and our little Penny problem will be...
Yeah, I think that's a more than deserving winner.
Oh, wow.
You'll probably hear me say this a lot in these categories. Any people nominated for these awards could have easily won it. They've had some fantastic performances over the course of this volume. Chris Sabat more than deserved to win it himself. He's been on fire, pardon the pun, given the last episode, with his performances as Watts over the whole volume and beyond. Obviously, like, the standout performance is going to be that chef's kiss of a rose against Cinder midway through the volume. Just a fantastic scene that really showed Chris's talent at giving such charisma and vitriol and just arrogance in that kind of, like, bravado voice of his. He's a top-tier talent in the world of voice acting by itself, and that quality just showed immensely in that scene. So, yep, Chris Sabat, you deserve this award, most definitely. Congratulations again. Next up, we have Best Voice Actress in a Supporting Role. Like their male counterparts, the nominees in this category offered up plenty of noteworthy performances that showed quality acting can be found beyond the focused faces and major characters, further enriching a scene and oftentimes stealing it altogether, be it moments of raw passion that gripped our hearts or brief supportive comments that lifted up our spirits before the next moment of pain. These leading ladies showed great skill at making even the smallest of roles leave the biggest impacts. These are the nominees for Best Voice Actress in a Supporting Role. Ineris Quinones as Harriet Bree.
I really had you pegged as the most level-headed of the bunch, but I guess you're just as naive.
Oh, she was alright.
No!
Aaron Zek as Blake Belladonna.
I know you don't always know what to do, but that's never stopped you from doing something. Their toll on me.
Barbara Dunkelman as Yang Xiaolong.
All of this endless death. Because something bad happened to you once upon a time.
I love Barbara.
Nobody gets a fairy tale ending.
She knows how to bring the heat. No pun intended. But it's Barbara Dunkelman. Pun, in fact, intended. Sorry. Caribly.
Moment.
Kaden Jensen as May Marigold.
Once Robin learned about Amity Tower, she wouldn't shut up about it. Wherever she is, I'm sure she would want us doing what we can to get it up.
May spelled backwards is yam.
And the Oscar for Best Voice Actress in a Supporting Role goes to...
Aaron Zek.
Aaron Zek as Blake Belladonna. Congratulations.
I know you don't always know what to do, but that's never stopped you from doing something.
Aaron Zek definitely
I was
brought
like
it
that
this,
as a girl,
this season.
But time and a lot of other things took their toll on me. And then I wasn't sure if that kind of girl could actually survive in the world. Until I met you. It was a little strange at first because you were younger, but I've always looked up to you, Ruby. And I still do.
Again, just like the ladies all of them in this category, just
By
fantastic
one
performances
vote.
around. Especially
Oh my
for me
God.
personally, I really love the performances from Daenerys and Kaden. Just absolutely top drawer stuff that really made me invested in their characters. The same can be said for all the ladies in this category. They more than deserve their nominations, let alone the possibility of winning. As for Aaron, just fantastic performances all around. She's really showing now that she's lifted off some of the weight of Adam on her shoulders, that Blake can be a very sincere, very supportive character. We got that fantastic moment with Ruby that showed that underneath all her own stress and strife, she can be the support that other people need. And obviously that scream is going to live long in my head when Yang fell. That's going to be like one of those standout lines and performances that's going to live long in the memory. And that just shows that Aaron just absolutely kills getting right down to the heart and emotion of a scene. Just a fantastic performance, just an all-around brilliant showing from Ms. Zek. Congratulations. We now move up a level to Best Voice Actor in a leading role. In a year that has tested themselves away from the mic just as much, if not more, than their characters' thrilling arcs have made them in front of the mic.
If he keeps going, he's actually going to be nominated for a category
took charge with consistent grade A performances, further proving their genuine, award-winning talent, be they seasoned veterans or relative newcomers to the acting scene. Whether it was performances that made the pain of suffering sting all the more, further celebrated moments of massive growth, or just entertained us over every bump on their rise and falls, these lot made sure to give every scene task their way their very best. And I can say in full confidence, mission accomplished. These are the nominees for Best Voice Actor in a Leading Role. Aaron Dismuke as Oscar Pine and Ozpin.
You should see that is why she came for you.
Well, technically Aaron,
because she could make you
Dismuke, is doing the voice for Oscar. But like Chen McCormick is Ozpin, but not gonna split hairs.
Has it?
Jason Rose as General James Ironwood.
I have one ball. That's all it will take. If there is no mantle that...
Jason Rose.
Miles Luna as Jean Arc.
You're right, Ren. I did cheat my way into Beacon. And I'm glad I had people around me to help me see that...
Be strong and hit stuff.
You're going to feel.
Neith Ohm as Lai Ren.
And by keeping her from opening the vault for Ironwood, we're just trapping the whole city for Salem.
People are going to die.
I think I'm gonna go with Miles Luna, but Neith Ohm in this scene was amazing.
Who cheated your way into Beacon?
William Orendorff as Hazel Reinhardt.
Stop lying! Salem can't be killed.
Also voices creatures of Grimm. That is a fun fact.
And the Oscar for Best Voice Actor in a Leading Role goes to Jason Rose as General James Ironwood. Congratulations, good sir.
Jason Rose.
Hello, Penny. I'm worried for your safety. Tell me where you are, and I'll have you picked up right away.
Gets the ceremonial rose.
Atlas needs you, Penny. Salem is here.
mantle? I'm gonna put my feet up. Oh. Forgot about how good this feels. I love my chair.
Yeah, I think Jason more than deserved this award. Again, all of these guys could have easily have gone in themselves. I want to give big praise as well to Neef. I think he's really evolved over the years as Ren. Just fantastic stuff. And this volume, he really got to throw himself into some very unfamiliar but still entertaining emotions and tones, and he absolutely killed it. Same for William and Aaron and Miles. They just all did a fantastic job. But as for Jason, I mean, the guy has absolutely brought the character to life in a way that I think few others could. He really knows how to balance between strong and intimidating versus fragile and paranoid. And this volume, we've seen the full gambit. We've seen him strong, we've seen him fearful, we've seen him paranoid, we've seen him angered, we've seen him creepy and chilling. The guy has an absolute masterclass performance rate with every single expression and emotion. It's like, I'm really, really respectful of Jason's performances over the years, and this volume has just been insane.
Jason was really awesome
One of my favorite performances from him is, I believe, in Ultimatum, where we got two different laughs from him over the course of like a few seconds, and Jason just twisted it enough with enough of a more like darker edge to it that it sounds so different, so you can tell that this is the point when Ironwood has well and truly gone off the deep end.
They're trying to save Mantle.
Yeah.
This has always been about Mantle, hasn't it? I need to make a call.
Just a fantastic performance, and Jason more than deserves this award. Absolutely fantastic job. Respect to you, good sir. And finally, for me, we have Best Voice Actress in a Leading Role. Each of these immensely talented women made gold out of their characters' most enticing and layered content in recent years. Many of them having to branch out into vastly different material than what's attributed to their characters. And yet these lot took to these uncharted waters flawlessly, showcasing their range with equal skill.
I hope Dan's getting paid for this, because he's having a lot of screen time
in the past. From tender or fragile to bold or chilling, whatever the scene, these leading ladies did not hide away from the spotlight of center stage, but instead stood proud and showed us all why they earned that spotlight, and why without them, many of our favorites lose a core piece of what makes them truly special. These are the nominees for Best Voice Actress in a Leading Role. Elizabeth Maxwell as Winter Schnee.
I repeat, is anybody receiving these messages? Can anyone report status on the evacuation? I've never wavered in fighting the enemies of this kingdom.
Jen Taylor as Salem.
Lies come out of you so
Ara.
Lindsay Jones as Ruby Rose.
We want you to make a new version of her, using her exact same robot parts.
That was curiously worded, girl.
Creator phase has come a long way. That is true, yeah.
In that.
Samantha Ireland as Nora Valkyrie.
We've been together our whole lives, but I feel like I understand him less now than ever. And I don't know if that's his fault or mine.
Taylor McNee as Penny Polendina.
We'll cross the bridge, then go left, straight, left, up, right, straight, right,
Taylor
straight, left,
McNee.
left.
I'm gonna miss hearing
And
her
my name is Penny.
And the Oscar for Best Voice Actress in a Leading Role goes to...
Winter.
Taylor McNee as Penny Polendina. Congratulations.
Woo! And after the launch, I'll return to help you all with the evacuation.
They should have made her do a.
They need me here.
Have her record a video of her like receiving like an award, being like, "Thank you." But hey.
Taylor, just a fantastic job with a character that is usually very strict on the one-note, chipper and bright-eyed personality, but over the last 2 volumes alone, and in this volume especially, we've really seen the range of emotion in the character and in Taylor's performances. Again, any of the other ladies in these categories could have easily won them themselves, but I think Taylor just absolutely like shot to the stars and shined bright with how well she's able to explore Penny's want of being able to make her own choices and all the desperation in her voice. We've seen her feel more human. We've seen her sad. We've seen her angry. We've seen her desperate for just attention, for respect. And just that one, like, tender moment where she's hugging Ruby and she asks, do hugs always feel this warm? At that moment, you really feel that Penny has finally gained herself of a humanity that she's desperately wanted. But at the same time, when you look back, you do hear just how human she is. And Taylor just absolutely, just a fantastic performance, really making her so endearing, so charming, but also so bold and brave. She is the protector of Atlas. She is the kind soul underneath the metal skin. She is one of the most endearing, sweet, brave characters in the entire series, and she went out with a performance that broke me in several ways, and that just showed not only just like great writing for the character, but the writing is elevated by Taylor's beautiful, sincere, genuine performance, and massive respect to Taylor. Much love to you, and everyone has been nominated in these categories. Congratulations to all the winners and everyone who was nominated.
Sirs and madams, it's Cheryl.
And Sterling.
We're back. Hi, we missed you. So, this next category coming up, before we present it, we want to give a special shout out to the 2 people who made the voting process possible. They poured through over 50 scores over the course of RWBY this season to make sure that the best ones were available for you guys to vote on.
And since everybody who watches our channel knows I suck at the English language, we just want to give a shout out to Mitchell.
And Sarah. So thank you guys very much for your contributions. We hope we do you justice in this category. When it comes to storytelling, one of the most important aspects of TVs and movies is the score. The score is one of the most important threads when you're weaving a tale.
And without the character even saying anything, the music going on in the background can make you laugh, cry, or even tell you what's going on in the character's head as they're doing the scene.
And sometimes a piece of music in RWBY specifically will make you remember an exact scene, an exact moment, and an exact time in our characters' journeys. Here are the nominees for Best Episode Score.
After the Fall.
Not to be confused with movie now, yes.
Atlantis.
Island of Atlas. Ooh. I think After the Fall.
Penny's choice.
Salutations! You made it!
Where?
No, I'm going with Penny's choice. Going with Penny's choice on this one.
I thought of you.
It's so,
and here we are.
So heartwarming.
Oh, Penny.
The Hound reveal.
No. This one, the Hound reveal. I remember how great it sounded with that, like a choir. The choir that just, their voices just made that it made it so much better.
Winter's
simple
Gift.
Things like that just makes all the difference. I forget how the score sounded like, so when I hear it, I'm like, oh. I just want to change my answer. But final answer, I'm going with the Hound Grim reveal.
And the winner is the Hound reveal.
Woo! Oh, yeah, this part here sounds so amazing.
So this music added so much to that scene, I think, because it was just heavy going on.
Yeah, there was a lot going on, and the music really brought you in and showed you exactly what you need to pay attention to, and that is why scores are so important. And thank you to everyone in Crewbie who worked on this amazing music for the show, because it really wouldn't be the same without it.
Oh my god.
Thank you guys.
See you next time.
Hey everyone, I am Phoenix Knight, a fan of RWBY for over 6 years now, getting into it just after Volume 2 aired, and someone with far too many ideas about the show in his head. But a little over 3 years ago, I decided to put that to good use and started making review videos for each episode as they were airing, starting to make my ideas into theory videos, branching into analyzing the different characters and semblances, the different interactions in the show, so much so that it's branched into creating my own original characters set in the world of RWBY, and following their ongoing story on my YouTube channel, even going so far as to create a tournament based around the Vital Festival with all of the different characters in the RWBY series. And this year, even branching into using all of your original characters as well in their own tournament, something that will be decided through the ongoing original character contest that is currently going on my channel until the end of May. So if you're watching this, you might have a chance to get involved. But right now, we are hosting the Oscars, and it is my pleasure to host 2 of the categories this year. Thank you so much to Murder of Birds and Klaxon for giving me this opportunity, and thank you to all of you who participated in this wonderful event. With every new episode of RWBY that airs, there's always this sense of wanting more after it's over, and Volume 8 took that to a whole other level.
Awesome.
Following the events of Volume 7, each episode of Volume 8 built on the last, building towards that eventual conclusion of the overall volume. Every episode had so much work put into it, and it's so apparent that everyone who worked on it wanted it to be the best that it could be. I hope everyone who worked on it is proud of their efforts, because we as fans couldn't be happier with the end result. I personally think that Volume 8 is one of, if not the best volume of RWBY so far, and I really look forward to seeing where everything goes in the future. But for now, we will see what episodes of Volume 8 are the best. These are your nominees for Best Episode.
Chapter 9, Winch.
I think if I had to even, without a doubt, without even looking at the other options, the final, the last episode, the finale, is probably the best one.
Chapter 10, Ultimatum.
Operative Schnee, let them go.
When outranking someone backfires. You went over my helmet? R.I.P. table.
Chapter 12, Creation.
Do hugs always make you feel this warm inside?
They do.
Yes. Wow.
Chapter 13, Worthy.
I knew your plan would be bold, but I never could have predicted all of this. At least not without a little help from Jin.
Biggest outplay in Ruby history.
Chapter 14, The Final Word.
The final word. This one.
No! You have...
And the Oscar for Best Episode goes to... Chapter 14, The Final Word.
Final word, yes. I mean, without a doubt, that was the best episode of the season. Sorry, thinking of something else.
This is honestly so fitting for how Volume 8 was structured, with the Siege of Atlas starting at the beginning of the volume and culminating in everything that we saw throughout leading up to the finale. The hacking of Penny, forcing Team Ruby and everyone to get the Relic of Creation and ultimately abandon Atlas, trying to save as many people as they could. And the episode itself had everyone on the edge of their seats. Who is going to fall? Who is going to survive the volume? And don't even get me started about the cliffhanger at the ending. You want to talk about leaving us off so we wanted more? We ended with Wonderland, not knowing the fates of half of our main cast, and honestly, this episode should go down as one of the most iconic episodes in Ruby, and I'm really looking forward to seeing where this will take us in Volume 9.
Hello everyone, my name is the Judgmental Critter. I'm super jazzed to be a part of the Oscars, and thank you all for voting and for watching this right now. Just thank you so much. As for who I am, I do Ruby reviews, I talk about lots of different stuff like character designs, I make redesigns, I take a deeper look at cinematography, I have Ruby supplemental material, Ruby fan-made animations, and just a whole lot more. A real grab bag of Ruby stuff going on over here. Ruby's got a massive cast of colorful characters, both figuratively and literally, and every year Ruby delivers us a bunch of brand new characters who always end up becoming our new favorites. With a show like Ruby, who has a near constant rotating cast of characters, it's important for the fresh new faces to leave a strong enough impact to still resonate with audiences, even amidst the old well-loved classics. This category proves how a character can leave their mark on the show and end up beloved by fans, no matter how new they are to the series. These are the nominees for Best New Character. Ambrosius.
Ambrosius. CLC will remember this. I remember the Blue Man Group.
Estrian.
Fiona's uncle.
Fee, we got another fight breaking out.
Crap.
Madam.
You're to make sure the laundry is folded.
Rhodes.
Seen you around, and
Rhodes.
I think it's safe to say you're not getting the most.
The Stepsisters.
You missed a spot.
I know that the Stepsisters were voiced by Amanda Lee, which I thought was just a
And the
awesome
Oscar
surprise.
for Best New Character goes to Ambrosius. Congratulations.
I
suppose
want him.
I could do a little-
That was my choice, but I didn't say it out loud. That was my fault. I'm not gonna count it. I'm not gonna count it because I didn't say it out loud. Merlin Daddy.
Ambrosius is such a top-tier best boy. I'm not too surprised he won. He almost immediately won me over with his flippant, carefree demeanor, which is a very fun contrast compared to Jin's more serious nature. From the way he rolls around, swinging his feet back and forth playfully, or how he eagerly zips around as he starts envisioning his next biggest creation.
Yeah,
it's Ambrosius's little mannerisms that really elevated him to be above and beyond. His design is like really
Aladdin,
striking and memorable, which is cool because the similarities between him and Jin is a lot of fun to see, but I like how he still looks uniquely himself, even though he shares similar color palettes and like concepts with Jin. Ambrosius really does feel like his own character, and that's really awesome. And it helps that his voice actor did just an amazing job. You can tell everyone who worked on Ambrosius had fun with him. The voice actor, the animators, the writers, everyone who worked with Ambrosius was having fun, and it helps make Ambrosius feel fun. His energy is very infectious. He's funny, he's personable, he's a little bit of a tricky trickster. I love him. You know, he thinks real highly of himself, but also, like, he's a cool guy. And I just can't wait to see him again. I can only imagine his sassy personality would be a lot of fun, bouncing off of the more grouchy, serious characters like Cinder and Salem. Let's give it up for Ambrosius one more time. Thanks again for watching and participating in the Oscars for Volume 8. Now then, let's dive into the next category.
Hello again, RWBY fans. Hello again, Oscar viewers. I'm Katie.
I'm Megan.
And we are back with another category, and this one is near and dear to our hearts. So let's take a moment and talk about the Grimm. Now, as we mentioned in our previous category, we are horror fans. She's a horror fan, and I'm here for it. And that means we love the Grimm. Your favorite thing that RWBY does is when it turns into a horror movie.
Absolutely. That is RWBY when it's at its finest, or at least most enjoyable to me, is when it goes full horror movie.
And a peak factor in that is the Grimm, the monsters that roam the realms of Remnant. As always, we have some wonderful new Grimm, and if you've watched our channel, if you know us, you know that we like to nickname them. For example, the Wyvern is
Kevin,
and the Leviathan is
Nessie,
and of course the Knucklevi is
Jim and Randall.
Jim and Randall.
Although I couldn't tell you off the top of my head which is which.
Jim's the guy, Randall's the horse.
I think that was it.
That was it. Because Randall had no dialogue, he just screamed. Of course, Volume 9 has given us a bevy of incredible new Grimm to watch and name and fear, but mostly name. And of course, we would like to present the nominees for Best New Grimm.
I think she meant Volume 8, but let's
more disgusting.
Why did they get more disgusting? I think she said Volume 9, but we're just gonna blow past that.
RWBY.
The Hound.
Boom.
But Grimm aren't that smart.
Ravagers.
We can't go back. The
portal won't let
us.
I'm going with Hound Grimm on this one.
Sulfurfish.
Sulfurfish. There you go. Sorry about that.
And the winner is...
Can we get a drum roll?
Smart Alec.
The Hound!
The Hound! I mean, that was just an obvious one. It was the most popular this season. It's the only Grimm that talks. What more could you ask?
We love the Hound so much.
win.
Oh, wow.
I'm so excited. I mean, in some ways, I had no doubt that the Hound was going to win.
Oh, yeah. The Hound was the standout Grimm of this season. And, of course, in keeping with our naming tradition, the Hound somehow went through 4 names for us. Started as Ditto because he was a shapeshifter, turned into Krampus because he took away children, and then it became Soylent because Soylent Hounds are people, and John Doe because we don't know who's in there. So, any one of those works, but we love the Hound.
Oh, so much.
Yeah.
I always appreciate, again, when Ruby goes full horror movie, and also just the uniqueness of each Grimm that encapsulates like the horror of the world of Remnant. And we got that with the Nuclevi, we got it with the Apathy, and like the Hound I think is like I think the Hound
next step in this evolution of horror.
It's taken the horrifying elements of Grimm and taking it to its logical conclusion.
Oh, I would say logical next step.
That's true. Well, the show's not over yet.
One fear, except the fear is Salem, and it encompasses many.
Yeah.
So yes, congratulations, Krampus, Soylent, John Doe, the Hound. You deserve this win. And thank you to everyone who voted. Thank you for inviting us on. We had a fantastic time. Thank you for watching.
Hello, and once again, I am Rising here to present to you the results for Best Male and Best Female Character in a Minor Role. Though you would not find this category in the typical theatrical awards show, Best Characters in a Minor Role is really great to have, so that every character, no matter what part they play in the plot, can get their due, can get their time and be awarded for it, when they might not be big enough to be considered for the supporting role category. You know, they may only get a couple lines, or they might be in only 1 or 2 episodes throughout the entire volume, but they make their mark on the story nonetheless, and that's worth considering. So to start, these are your nominees for Best Male Character in a Minor Role. Ambrosius.
So she isn't. I'd love to meet whoever did this.
Embodiment of literally. Alright. I'm going with Ambrosius on this one. He was really liked, very popular this season.
On it. Klein Sieben.
Miss Schnee, I heard there was a patient here who needed my help.
Oh, I loved seeing Klein this season. I'm so glad that Klein is back.
Juck.
Mercury Black.
Those are Salem's new orders, and I know better than to disobey Salem.
Rhodes.
How old are you?
Rhodes.
10.
And you want to be like us. You want to be a huntress.
Tyrion Kalos.
So devoted to someone so incompetent. Well, the good doctor and I were...
Oh man, I can't wait to see Tyrion next season. He's going to really, like, raise hell in Vacuo.
And the Oscar for Best Male Character in a Minor Role goes to Ambrosius.
Ambrosius!
Well, everything appears to be in order. You were quite thorough.
Yeah. Do not fall. I may fall.
A warning.
as Oz said, he is quite the character.
Whoa.
And honestly, I didn't think we would see him. We have the staff holding Atlas up, so clearly, if the
people
spirit
actually
in the
voted
staff
for
is
Jacques
necessary to be seen,
really?
we need a good enough
Who
reason.
are
we
these
need
people?
to be okay with
Who
putting
voted for
an
Jacques?
entire kingdom's worth of lives
That's
at risk
what I
to
wanna
be
know.
able to use it. And I
Shame
think that
on you.
ultimately it came out very well. And his voice acting is great. His animation is great. I love the animation that happens for the different relic spirits because they're floating and they have so many different particle effects and visual effects, and so the animation that happens with them on top of already, you know, being different from a character who's rooted by gravity, they're just so expressive regardless. So it's always great to see them. And of course, for the rest of the nominees, it was great to be able to see Klein again, Mercury and Tyrion. I have the sense that with Mercury and Tyrion, there are scenes in Volume 8, or rather, there one scene at the end of, I believe, Chapter 7. That is going to be so important when we get to the Vacuo arc, whenever that is. That it's going to be so important to really remind ourselves that this is where their character arcs come from. This is where Tyrion is at. This is where Mercury is at, because I feel like we're going to need to call back to this scene. But that's all I have about really to say for the male characters in a minor role. So now, these are your nominees for Best Female Character in a minor role. Elm Adern.
Don't do this! They're still evacuating in Mantle! Go through with this!
Fiona Time.
No, Crimson, I need you and your team over in Sector 11. Mantle police are helping us clear the hospital, but they're gonna need backup. Flexing on the news like that.
Jin.
Jin. I don't know. This one's pretty close. I like Jin.
Why, hello again, old man. For me.
Maria Calavera.
Don't you think Penny has had enough people telling her what to do?
She and Pietro dipped after chapter 5. I'm kind of interested in seeing what happens with those two.
Willow Schnee.
We have a generator.
Oh, forgot about Willow. Forgot about her. Oh man, Jin or Willow?
Drinking in the dark.
Alright, I'm going
and
Willow.
the Oscar
Final
for
answer.
Best Female Character in a Minor Role goes to Willow Schnee.
Yes!
I can see it. It's outside Winter's old room. You can kill it. Can't you?
What is it doing?
Oh man. I'm so glad we get to see more of her next season.
Right.
I gotta admit, I thought this category would be a toss-up between Willow and Maria. At least for me, I can understand Maria getting it after her fight scene in Chapter 5 against Neo, being the only character in the history of the show to really give Neo a hard time.
Alright.
It was great to see Maria just have fun fighting against Neo of all characters, and at least for Willow, Mama Schnee definitely steals a lot of the scenes that she's in. I gotta say it.
Oh yeah.
She's a lot of fun to watch in her own ways, and with volumes 7 and 8, she is the essential view into the broken home that is Shinny Manor, and getting to see Whitley in a new light, especially too. A lot of that comes from Willow.
I'm interested in seeing how
relationship. We've known Winter's relationship with her family
reacts
for
to
a good
Jacques
portion of the
being
show,
dead.
but now seeing it through Willow's perspective,
I
feel
don't
a
know
lot
if
more
they're going to
important
be
than
sad
anything that
about
we
it,
had really seen
or
up
they're going to be
until this
relieved that
point.
he's
And
gone,
I love
because he's
seeing,
kind of
especially as well,
kind of an
her
asshole.
security cameras
But
coming back for Volume 8, Chapter 8,
we'll
the fight
find
against the Hound. Really cool to see. You know, thinking in Volume 7 it might have just been there for that one moment to justify or explain that one thing, but now no, it's really adding this extra dynamic, this extra element to the horror of Chapter 8, and that was amazing. And Willow, she's kind of a meme too, so she's got that going for her. But that being said, that's it from me. Please enjoy the rest of the Volume 8 Oscars, and I hope to see you around the fandom.
What is up, people of the internet? My name is Freelancer Amber, and as you all know, I'm a RWBY
I've
tuber.
seen her before.
Sort of. I also love Pokemon, Kingdom Hearts, various games, and anime. I'm also a Twitch affiliate, and I love to stream, and hopefully I get to do more of that in the future. So as you all know, I'm also part of the Oscars, but as one of the hosts, and I gotta say, it's pretty awesome. Last year, I did both when Volume 7 ended, and being this again now, and again, as a host, I'll be doing funniest moments that happened in RWBY Volume 8. Now, RWBY has a lot of moments throughout the years, whether it be hurtful moments, happy moments, moments that make you actually like connect with the character. There's one kind of moment in RWBY that helps us cheer us up and give us a good laugh. That's right, I'm talking about funny moments, like I said before. From Ruby getting blown up back in Volume 1, to John getting hit on by thirsty moms in Volume 7. These are the nominees for funniest moments in RWBY Volume 8.
Funny moments,
John walking away from Ren and Nora.
All water under the bridge, buddy. I'm gonna go see if Klein needs any help with Penny.
Penny explaining Ruby's semblance.
Do not worry. Ruby is capable of traveling at an extreme velocity from one point to another by breaking herself down to her molecular components, thus negating her mass and then reassembling them at the destination, theoretically making it possible for her to transport all of us in the same way, as mass no longer matters.
Rock hitting John.
Okay, I'm going with the rock hitting Sean.
Everyone, ow!
It's funny on so many levels.
Gonna need your attention.
Weiss gets vented.
So how do we use this thing?
Oh.
It should be simple.
Oh
if you
my
lie
God,
back in the tube
it's
and
a
press
toss-up
launch,
between these two. I love it. I love it. All right.
And the
Weiss
Oscars,
gets vented.
the funniest
Final
moment in
answer.
RWBY Volume 8 goes to... Weiss gets vented.
Yes!
yes! That was a once-in-a-lifetime experience!
Oh, man. Ow.
And I can see why. And I'm sure many of you, absolutely lost
that's
it
a
when
big
Nora just
difference
happened to hit the
between
one
John and
button,
Weiss.
all the while Weiss was trying to explain how these shoots
Sounds
work.
like an
Thank you to
eight-
everyone who
almost an
voted
8-point
for this year's Oscars, and thank you to the Groupie for keeping this show going. Honestly, I've been a fan of RWBY since the beginning. I was originally a Red vs. Blue fan back in high school, and then when I first saw RWBY, I immediately became such a huge fan of it, as you can see from my posters and the many figures I've bought throughout the years. From the very beginning, we can see the transition from how it all started to right now. All the voice actors, all the animators, screenwriters, everyone is awesome, and I can't wait to see more of this in the future. And for the RWBY community, it's just such a fun thing to be a part of, and I hope you all enjoy this as much as I did. Again, thank you all so much for voting.
Hey everyone, I'm Jeremy, aka Jeremy Noir Productions. I'm so excited to be here with everyone for the 2021 Oscars for RWBY Volume 8. I've been a fan of RWBY ever since the end of Volume 2, and I can't wait to see what RWBY does with the rest of it. Now, my channel doesn't exactly have much RWBY content at the moment, but Cal and Arnold keep inviting me back for these things, so I'm sure I'll make some RWBY content sometime. When it comes to RWBY, one of the things that the fans love most, and arguably even the people that work on the show love most, is the characters and how they interact with one another. Whether it be a familial relationship, a platonic friendship that's as strong as any type of familial blood, or even a romantic relationship for you shippers out there. And so, let's bring attention to that. The contestants for Best Relationship Development for RWBY Volume 8 are...
Emerald and Hazel.
Daddy Hazel's back in Chibi. Oh yeah. I would love to see Hazel and Chibi. That'd be just absolutely amazing. Seeing a miniaturized version of him.
Go.
Penny and Winter.
You were my friend.
Oh.
Thank you.
2 volumes
for trusting
of
me
role
with this.
reversal.
When you're gone,
I'm thinking Penny and Winter.
I'm glad.
Ren and Nora.
Why didn't you say anything?
The boot.
So we failed as a team, but we succeed as a team too.
I was the one holding us back. Not John, not you.
Be strong and hit stuff. Love. Love.
I love you.
Love.
Ruby and Penny.
I was the protector
Ruby
of Mantle.
Nuts
but
and
now,
guts.
I am much more than that. And
Ruby and Penny, or Winter and Penny?
Weiss, Whitley, and Willow.
Oh. Alright, final answer, I'm going with...
I didn't forget you.
Penny and Winter.
Go!
I have a feeling I'm not right, but it's just that feeling I have. I'm probably not right, but that's what I want.
And the Oscar for Best Relationship Development in Ruby Volume 8 goes to... I'm not surprised in the least. It's Ren and Nora.
When my mom ran from the grave,
I should have known. Ren Nora.
You
Should've
found
known.
me.
I had a feeling I was wrong,
We
but
became
nonetheless.
Ren and Nora.
Nonetheless.
But I realized on this mission apart, I don't know who just Nora is. And if I'm ever going to find out, then I have to do it alone. Because I've always loved you, Lyren. And that pretty head on your shoulder seems like it's doing a lot better. But I still gotta get mine sorted out before I can be the partner you need. Is that okay?
It's better than okay. Boop it. Boop it. Boop the nose.
I figured Ren and Nora were going to win.
That.
For me, they definitely were one of the best relationship outcomes to come
Big
out
difference.
of Ruby Volume 8. It's very rare in media, at least in my opinion, to see a romance that actually comes out and says that these two people need to figure out who they each are as a person before they can get into a romantic relationship and force anything that could become something toxic. And it's just something that speaks to me very personally, and I'm definitely glad that everyone on Ruby decided to go that route. All I can say is, wow, this is amazing. Thank you again, RL, Cal, and everyone else for giving me this opportunity on the Oscars. And if anyone from Ruby is watching, I'm probably fanboying on the inside because of that, but like, I'm just excited to be a part of the Ruby community. I'm glad I could be a part of this project. So yeah, have a nice evening, guys.
One of the best things about watching an ongoing series is seeing how different plot points are building towards eventual conclusions, only for those conclusions to end up being something completely unexpected. And Volume 8 had plenty of those, seeing different things hinted throughout the volume, building towards an eventual reveal. And when it came time for that reveal to happen, it ended up being something much larger than what was expected. Or just something that blindsided us completely. As someone who makes different theory videos on the plot of Ruby, it was an absolute pleasure to watch everything unfold throughout the volume. These are your nominees for the best twists and reveals in Volume 8.
Cinder betrays Neo and Watts.
I mean, I don't think it's that big of a twist, because Cinder is the worst.
Post-credits scene, Wonderland.
Oh. Volume 9 is going to pop off. This this one was a pretty great reveal, you know. Because there were no words, there were no characters, just showing off this huge tree, and it just left us questioning what the hell is happening.
The Hound is a silver-eyed warrior.
Oh. Oh shit! Going with this one. This one was probably the biggest twist, I think. This is a huge twist. Biggest this season. No one expected
Watts
that.
hacking Penny.
Well, this one just seems just inevitable, really. Since the beginning of Volume 7, when we saw Penny come back, and we saw that Watts was in the same vicinity as Penny, we all knew that she was going to hack her at some point.
And the Oscar for Best Twist or Reveal in Volume 8 goes to the Silver-Eyed Hound.
I mean, come on. How can you not?
Honestly, no surprise on this one, as it was probably the largest reveal in Volume 8, and the amount of theories and speculation in the RWBY community is a testament to that. For the first half of Volume 8, once the Hound was revealed, that it was a talking Grimm, and the amount that it was hyped up, being an experiment that Salem had worked on, the speculation of if the Hound was Summer Rose, or if it was going to be a character significant to our main protagonists, all of the different theories and ideas surrounding it culminated to the eventual reveal that the Hound was a silver-eyed warrior. This was an amazing plot point to put in the volume, and the best part about this twist/reveal is it's not over yet. There is still more to build on with it, and I am so looking forward to where it is going to be taken in the future.
Alright, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're brothers. We have a semi-healthy obsession for stories, YouTubers. We love just getting into the emotion, the exploration of humanity, some passionate discussion,
I don't really know
rambling, ranting, and then also just creating beautiful memories surrounding those stories. That's just what we live for.
It is our jam. But we do have a few titles, some self-proclaimed, some given to us by others. The first is, of course, we are dramatic narrators.
Indeed, and I am a notorious trivia master.
Yes, and one of us, I'm not going to say who, is a published author.
Check it out. Also, we are professional anime shillers of the highest quality and grade. So I will, of course, take this moment and platform to shill Vinland Saga. Go watch it. It's incredible. It's a coming-of-age story filled with tearjerker moments and brutality and humanity. Yes, go watch it on Amazon.
And we are hosting the Best Tearjerker category.
Yeah, over the years, RWBY has hit us with some of the most painful cliffhangers, backstories, and deaths, and red-headed suffering. Yeah. Oh, okay, but Volume 4, just shouting out here. What about the training video that Pyrrha left for Jean? Like, that's such a simple bit in Episode 2 of Volume 4, but it just destroys me every single time.
Can we just give a shout-out to literally any time that Home plays? I cannot listen to that song without crying.
Yeah, that will do it. That'll do it. These are the nominees for Best Tearjerker.
Hazel's death.
Here, say aye. I mean, come on. We need Hazel and Chibi.
Penny's death.
Oh. Penny's death. Alright, I think this one. Going with Penny's death.
Ruby and Yang's summer talk.
You know what that means then.
Ruby finally
I
said,
wouldn't
Mom,
worry
let's
about
go.
that.
That's what happened. always wanted me alive.
Vine's death. Yang fallen.
The girl who fell through the world? Yang falling. I think Penny's death is a little bit more sadder.
And the Oscar for Best Tearjerker goes to...
Penny's death.
But there is something you can do.
I don't know where the others are, but...
Nothing is like...
Let me
Jean was the one who had to stab her and kill her.
Trust me.
That's gonna mess him up real bad in Volume 9. I'm telling you that much right now. That John is gonna be messed up from this. I mean, if it was me, I would definitely be messed up from that. Having to kill someone that you care about and, you know, just... You know, it's really hard. He had to kill Penny.
All right, yeah. Well, makes sense. Well deserved. That's kind of to be expected of the 5 options that were there. I really only would put Yang's and Ruby's Summer Talk as being like up there meta-wise as like one of the contenders there, because I mean, Penny's death.
No contest in my mind.
There's no real contest there. Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
like, yes, we got another redhead dying tragically. And Jean
Thanks, Rooster Teeth.
But what can I say? Jean's involvement was a bit more extreme this time than last time.
At least he got to be there.
Yes, Caleb.
Oh.
He got to be there. And it wasn't just because he didn't block an arrow. But no, this time it's because he actually killed her.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I'm sure the trauma won't stack up on him.
No, not at all. Oh my god. And as far as where things go into volume, 9, he's going to be without his crew, in the void place with the island and all that. So that's going to be its own thing. Ugh. Well, yeah. Thank you for inviting us to the Oscars. And I'm sorry for dropping the yellow letter all over the place there. But I mean, it's like a golden child lost in the void. Sounds familiar, yeah?
Yes, just a little.
Just a little?
Yeah.
Just a little.
Hi everybody, my name is Tanner, better known as Blizzik, and I'm going to be presenting the award for Best Monologue. If you don't know me, I'm a writer, and I make video essays on the writing in all sorts of media. Mostly anime and a lot of Ruby,
Never heard of them.
but I do talk about video games and movies whenever it strikes my fancy.
Judge of
I have a really big review of Volume 8 coming up on the horizon, and some even more fun stuff planned for after that. But for now, I am just really, really excited to be a part of this totally awesome celebration of Ruby Volume 8. When it comes to fancy schmancy wordsmithery, Ruby characters are a mixed bag. Sometimes they're a little too lost in each other's eyes to do much besides bumble through their words, but other times they unleash a monologue so perfect you can tell that they've been practicing.
Now I don't have to
weeks.
really
These
guess on
speeches
this
give these
one,
characters
but
an
I'm going
opportunity
with the
to
winner of
externalize
this
their
one
complicated inner worlds and
as,
advocate for their personal ideologies. And they get to be as dramatic as they want in the process. These are the nominees for Best
His whole thing that when he was talking
Ironwood's ultimatum
to
speech.
Cinder.
I have always promised to defend this kingdom.
I'll kill 1,000 men if you... Will you work for me? This one was a good one. But I think Watts' monologue was a tiny bit better.
mantle will be left to fend for itself.
May's speech to Team Ruby.
No, see, you just don't get it! This is not a situation where everyone wins. So choose.
Ozpin's apology.
I was recently reminded of an old fairy tale.
Trust love.
A young girl.
Yeah, you think?
Again. Ruby's speech to Remnant.
My name is Ruby Rose. I'm a huntress. And if we've done
This one's a
everything
good
right,
one.
then
Dad, I'm a live streamer now. Old Man Shopkeep
Master Theodore of Shade can verify
and
all of
Galinda.
this.
The best
He might even be
cameos
able to
this
help
season.
organize a way to fight back. But sadly, General Ironwood can no longer be trusted.
Watts' speech to Cinder.
Oh, of course you are!
This is the best one
Because
this
that's
season.
just what you do, isn't it?
Even if this one doesn't win,
How has that
still
worked
the best
out
season
for you?
this season.
You stormed into Freya's room thinking you could take on Ironwood's top fighter and War Machine. But you couldn't. And that machine became the Winter Maiden. Oh, and let's not forget your deal with Raven Brownwind. Get all your enemies in one place so you'd have a shot at revenge. If only someone could have warned you against such a miserable idea. Oh, wait. I did!
And the Oscar
Yes.
for Best Monologue goes to Watts' speech to Cinder.
Yes!
But you pushed ahead, and you lost it when all you had
Yes.
to do was your job.
Ah,
You think
so
you're
good.
entitled to everything
So
just
good.
because you suffered, but suffering isn't enough. Can't just be strong, you have to be smart. Can't just be deserving, you have to be worthy.
You have to
But
be
all you've
worthy.
ever been is a bloody migraine.
All right, I was gunning for that one, so I'm very glad that the community is at my
wow.
back.
Look at
Yeah,
a 10
there was a
point
lot of
difference
great monologues
between
this
that and
volume,
Ironwood.
but I don't think you can compete with someone who knows he's right and just has nothing to lose. Not to mention Chris Sabat is amazing, and also I think it's just really, really satisfying to hear the sorts of things that the fandom has been saying about Cinder for years finally vocalized by a character
Yes.
in the show. So that was a really satisfying
Yes.
element of it too. I want to thank all of you for your votes. I want to thank Murder of Birds and Klaxon for having me at this wonderful community event. And of course, I want to thank Kruby for giving us another wonderful, wonderful volume. I am very excited to be a part of this, and I'm very excited to see you all again in Volume 9. Ta-ta.
Just a brief little change here. I had to kind of unplug the microphone here, but to charge my phone so it doesn't die. So anyway, let's get on to it. 3, 2, 1, and go.
Hi, I'm Rigo. This isn't you, alright? What?
You
Oh,
all
one sec,
right.
one sec. Hold on.
I've heard of this one.
Okay. Sorry. Hi, I'm Rigo. And this is the Oscars, and I am ecstatic to be here. If you don't know me, since I'm kind of new around here, I'm a paper cutout that talks a lot about Ruby, as well as other things. I do crazy theories, like if you ever want to find out why Jin was human, then I can more than help you out with that. Not to mention I do reviews. At the moment we're going through Avatar episode by episode, and I'll be talking about some full anime series quite soon. I talk about movies a lot. We're likely going to start doing some movie-based content on the channel. I just started a new and exciting thing where we're designing characters, and I'm working with my audience to build the idea of a mirror universe in Ruby. And not to mention my big one, my Ruby Runs project, where we run through the plot of Ruby in what-if scenarios. We are currently several episodes deep into what if Jean died instead of Pyrrha, and let me tell you, it is quite an emotional ride. But we are not here to talk about me, we are here to talk about Volume 8, so let's get on to the award. When Ruby first started, it was sold to many on the fight scenes alone. The choreography, as well as the unique weapons and enemies, defined a reason to watch it all and helped get people on board with the show to start. These days, the characters and story have gone far beyond that point, and there's obviously a lot more to be invested in than just the fights. However, at the end of the day, it's good versus evil, right versus wrong, and eventually swords need to be drawn. When that happens, it's do or die, and as we all know in this show, dying is certainly a possibility. So, while it's no longer the main selling point of the series, it's still central to the outcomes of the story and the survival of our characters. With signature weapons, dust, aura, semblances, maiden powers, and more at their disposal, a fight in Ruby is always a fight worth watching. That being said, it's time to find out which was the best. These are the nominees for Volume 8's Best Fight. Everyone versus Ironwood.
I have.
Oh.
Feels weird.
Everyone versus...
Penny versus the Aesops.
This was a good one, but I'm not 100% sure about choosing this one.
Salem versus Hazel.
I could watch this fight over and over again. I love the fact that Hazel uses like various different dusts that have not been used in the series.
Schnee Manor versus the Hound.
Right at the museum.
Team Ruby and Penny versus Cinder and Neo. And the Oscar for Best Fight of Volume 8 goes to Everyone versus Ironwood.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's just that anime slashy thing, this part here, that kind of just did it for everyone.
Ironwood certainly was one of the biggest hurdles that needed taking down, and it took more than a team to do it. From Emerald's master deception, Oscar tapping into his potential, Jean, Ren, and Nora going toe-to-toe with perhaps the strongest combatant in Atlas, it was still only possible due to Winter's perfect execution and showing the true depths of her talent and combat abilities. Without all of them combined, there was little to no chance. A worthy winner for sure. Like with any fight, there was so much to balance here between all of the weapons and powers, not to mention needing a snappy runtime, and they pulled it off. Everyone had a moment to shine and a role to play, showing exactly why they're worthy of being where they are. A big congratulations to Kruby and the show for delivering across the board this volume, keeping the combat satisfying alongside everything else that needs to go into the story. A big thank you to everyone involved in bringing us this volume, and a huge personal thank you from me to Arnold and Cal for inviting me on to host for you all. I truly hope you're all enjoying the Oscars and appreciate what a huge undertaking this is. And until next time, my name is Rigger. I hope you have a wonderful day. And I hope I did alright.
Rigger, please.
Hey, I'm Kelly.
I'm Sani.
And together we form the YouTube channel Zhao Long, where we do Ruby reactions, we do live streams, video essays. We also react to a bunch of other animated shows like The Owl House and Jujutsu Kaisen. And occasionally we dip into cosplay, hence all the chaos in the background up there. We have to say thanks to Arnold and Cal, Murder Birds and Calaxon respectively, for organising this and bringing so many Ruby content creators together, and of course you guys for voting on all these categories.
After such an amazing volume of Ruby, what better way is there to show our passion than being able to vote on our favourite categories and see who comes out on top?
Ruby is known for its large cast of main and supporting characters that have only grown in number since Volume 1. In Volume 7 and 8 in particular, we have seen a whole host of characters introduced, including both male and female characters, many of which have had a great impact on the plot and the fandom as a whole.
These are the nominees for Best Male Character in a Supporting Role. Arthur Watts.
Given what we're after, I've got all the motivation I need. Sadly, it doesn't make taking... Trust is palpable.
Maro Amin.
They might still be alive in there.
I gave them their window. We can't wait any longer.
Would you say the same thing if it was your sister inside?
I think I'm gonna go...
Are you gonna tell her what you did to her friends?
I'm gonna go with,
Pietro Polendina.
We made decent progress on construction and fuel collection. All potentially manageable, but
Pietro's gaming chair.
Amity was designed so that it couldn't launch itself without first being granted clearance from General Ironwood's terminal.
Crow Branwyn.
There might be a better way.
I'm telling you, there isn't.
Why is my name
Well,
spelled with
this
a Q?
isn't just about you. It's about everyone.
Whitley Schnee.
We don't just have perks.
Whitley
We have
is no
the
longer
company.
a Shitley.
The people you mentioned in the crater. They need a way out, right? There are rows and rows of cargo ships just...
Yeah, Whitley definitely got an upgrade in terms of his character, like being
with the General's forces.
Like, not
And
a
the Oscar for
shipwreck,
Best
you know?
Male Character in a Supporting Role is...
Non Watts.
Arthur Watts.
And you have everything you need?
Oh, believe me. This is everything I've ever wanted.
Oh.
You deserve this, Arthur. We'll be back.
Congratulations, Arthur.
You're dead.
You're dead. Sorry about it. But to be absolutely fair to Arthur, I thought this
Maro's
was
second place.
his best season.
Yeah.
Such a shame that he had to end it by
Yeah.
being dead. But
Went out in a high
Yeah, I
and
know.
on fire.
really did go out on a high, and the I'm going to say talk, but we all know it wasn't a talk. But the talk that he had with Cinder, and the way that he really managed to like dig down into her inner demons, whether he meant to or not, I thought that was a really standout performance for Arthur in that situation. So I think this is well deserved. Ruby as a show would not have come as far as it has today without its diverse range of female characters,
How much time we
many
got
of
left?
whom were given a chance to
Alright, we got
shine
20
in a
minutes
volume
left,
that took us to
alright.
some really dark places and put these characters to the test.
The nominees for Best Female Character in a Supporting Role are... Blake Belladonna.
Lake Belladonna.
May Marigold.
It's chaos at the crater. Atlas has its army, but Mantle only has us. People are dying.
I might have to go with Aaron Zek on this one. Almost. Got like 20 minutes left. Sorry, I had to answer a text.
Neapolitan.
Neapolitan, was it? Now isn't the time to hold grudges.
No. She's right to be angry.
I like Neo. I want her to win. I want Neo to win. This was a waste of a wish.
Snowshoe Shipping is an SDC subsidiary, meaning all the drones here report to the company, not the general.
Are low-key homeless, by the way. Huh? That's true.
The one for the military base.
Yang Xiaolong.
You know, that giant hound kicked us around like we were nothing.
Yang Xiaolong.
But Blake said you and the Chinese managed to take it. Success, huh?
And the winner for Best Female Character in a Supporting Role is...
Yang Xiaolong.
Yang Xiaolong, wow.
You were being optimistic. Look, blind optimism isn't great.
Have to
but no optimism means we've already lost. We need hope. We need to take risks.
But mine didn't work.
2 hours long.
It's still got a warning out. Ruby, they're not... Never in the plan.
Congratulations, Yang. I think that's a well-deserved win for this volume and everything that you had to go through.
Yeah, you know, the whole like punching the undead witch in a personal area and falling into super hell. Quite a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot that happened for Yang in this volume, but I think she really shone, even though she was obviously going through some things at some points.
I'm sure this will mean a lot to her where she is, you know?
Yeah, you know, the first one to fall into super hell. I'm sure that this win is gonna really
make it all worthwhile.
Make it worthwhile.
Hi everyone, my name is Sunny and I'm so excited to be here presenting a category at this year's Oscars. Thank you so much to Arnold and Cal for inviting me to do this opportunity. It's super exciting, it's my first time doing it, and there were some great categories this year. It was a great volume. So I'm super excited to see how this is all going to turn out. On my YouTube channel, I primarily do Ruby reactions, probably why I'm here, of course. And yeah, I love Ruby, I love reacting to Ruby. It generates some really good emotions in me, and it's just a fun time to watch. And I also dabble in a few other anime-related topics and videos. For example, I have a pretty popular video where my boyfriend guesses characters from My Hero Academia. I do videos like that sometimes, and it's really exciting and really fun. And IRL, I'm also into very different things, especially biology and research. So I have a quite interesting mix of things going on in my life. So I'm going to be presenting the category of Best Antagonist. So Best Antagonist was a category for this volume that I was actually super excited about and really excited to see who would be in the category and who might win the category. Because this volume was off the rails, let me tell you. I was loving the villains this volume. We got a huge range, character development, everything like that. So I'm very grateful also to be presenting this category. So without further ado, these are the nominees for Best Antagonist.
Ooh. Arthur Watts. What did you create instead?
I nearly added more flames to the fires of Atlas. Cinder, fall.
Failed you
No.
again, mister.
No.
They used the staff
The
to
award
save
for worst
thousands
liar goes to.
before our
Alright, I'm gonna go with Watts on this one.
Jeopardy. James Ironwood.
I am going to do everything I can to defend
Oh,
this kingdom.
no. Changing answer. Ironwood. Ironwood.
No matter the cost.
I'm going with Ironwood on this one.
Have you lost your damn mind? Are you that scared of what
Neapolitan. Salem.
Neo or Watts? Neo or
How you've listened
Ironwood?
yourself. And for what? These children?
Gotta go with Ironwood.
This
on
ruined
one.
world?
Go with Ironwood. Final answer. Oh.
Coming back.
And the Oscar for Best Antagonist goes to Salem!
In pursuit of a new world, no cost is too great.
I honestly
You've
thought it was
done
going to be
well,
Ironwood
Cinder.
on this one, but
Our work here is done.
Very exciting. Oh my god.
Major
I'm
props.
so excited that Salem has won Best Antagonist
yeah.
this year. We got so
Alright,
much
so it was
great
like
Salem
a point
action
off,
in
and
this volume.
Watts is like
and
very
wow,
close
she's
to
just
Ironwood.
a badass villain, let me tell you that. And I'm super excited to see her win Best Antagonist this volume. Also, shout out to her whale. R.I.P. to that guy. He was pretty cool. But yeah, Salem takes
To
the
that
cake.
guy, he
I
was
also thought
cool.
Ironwood might be a contender in
Monstra.
this category, but obviously the people have spoken. And congrats to Salem for winning Best Antagonist.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at the final award of the show.
RWBY Volume 8 would not be the same without the leading characters whose strength and sacrifices carve a powerful, thought-provoking impression on the audience in a way that immortalizes them in discussions for volumes to come. These are the nominees for Best Leading Male Character. Hazel Reinhardt.
When he came for me, I killed her over and over again. The longest she was gone was only a few hours. I needed.
James Ironwood.
I chased a lot of shadows over the years, always expecting betrayal. But never once did I think it would ever come
We're going with
from
Ironwood
you.
on this one.
I know what's best for us.
Jean Arc.
Please, Winter, give us a chance to try to rescue him first. We could be your test run.
I'm still going with
You
Ironwood
don't
on
know
this one.
what'll be waiting for you inside, right? So we can go ahead to check it out. And look for us.
Lai Ren.
No! No one is replaceable.
It's kind of cool that someone's got an upgrade.
You don't really.
We work as a team.
Oscar Pine and Ozpin.
Nice story. But if Gretchen's death taught me one thing, it was never to trust you.
Please, let...
Like-minded souls. He is the man with two souls.
Yourself.
And the Oscar goes to...
The Oscar?
Oscar Pine and Ozpin, let's go!
He entrusted me with this, hence the massive amount of power he had stored up in it. Kinetic energy that he spent lifetime after lifetime accumulating in the cane he built.
So that's how you did that? Using all of the stored up power?
Not all, but most. You, Oscar.
We finally did it, Reddit. Oscar won an Oscar. Let's go. I think Oscar winning this is, I think he was a very new and improved version of himself, especially with everything that he's gone through these last two volumes with confronting Ironwood last volume, pretty much confronting Ozpin upon his return, and really just kind of coming into his own as a character. I don't know how this is going to fare with him, you know, with the eventual merging of the two souls into one, but Oscar definitely stood his own this volume. He was his own person. He made all the calls for himself. Ozpin really just let him take the reins for all the decisions that he made, and I think he definitely deserved this.
Yeah, I think that that's so true, especially because Oscar was really the driving force behind Hazel. And think about what would have happened if Oscar was not able to kind of convert Hazel at the last minute to their side, right?
Yeah,
and so in a lot of ways, like, he made decisions that Ozpin wouldn't have made, and so he's becoming almost like a better, more trusting version of like what Ozpin, I think, has always wanted to be, but could never let himself be because he's just lived too long, you know, like he's lost a lot of naivete, I guess, you know? And so now, with Oscar, like, he's a more simple and honest soul, too, when you really think about it. It's not just Ruby, it's also Oscar and what he's able to do for Ozpin because of that.
Yeah, yeah, I love the way you put that. Like, thinking about Oscar is just becoming a more optimized Ozpin. And I love that. And I think this is going to make a lot of people happy, because last year was the first Oscars that we ever did, and everyone was like, Oscar better win an Oscar, and I don't think he won anything, so...
Well, I think this is well-deserved this time.
Congratulations, Oscar Pine.
And these are the nominees for Best Leading Female Character. Emerald Sustride.
I highly doubt. I mean, yeah, you guys have been getting your asses kicked. Some of that. Which sides?
Nora Valkyrie.
Don't apologize. I got hurt doing what I always do. Just another ditzy move from Nora.
Penny Polendina.
Hey. I do not like it when friends
Penny!
fight.
I'm going with Penny on this one. Going with Penny.
Yang and I...
Because of me.
Ruby Rose.
We shouldn't lie to ourselves. I wasted our time getting Amity up, thinking help would come, but it... I was being
childish. As much as I like Ruby,
Winter
I think it's going to be a toss-up between Winter and Penny. I'm going with Penny on this one. Final answer.
Going to pay for everything you've done.
And the Oscar goes to...
Drum roll.
Penny.
Penny Palladino!
Yes!
I won't be gone. I'll be part of you.
Woo! Let's go!
Good. I'm glad.
I, for one, am really glad that Penny got this award, considering that this may be the final year that she is eligible.
Yeah. That's a
Not
low
to get
blow.
all
That's a
sad
low
on
blow.
you.
That's a low blow.
That-
God damn it! I
yeah.
will not stand for this.
But Penny had an amazing character arc this volume, obviously, that has wrapped up in some respects.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I have some hopes that we may see her in volume 9, but this is not the video to talk about that. But Penny had such growth, such development in her personality and her wants and everything that went into like those final moments and final decisions, how she was able to sacrifice herself for her friends and deciding that that was the route that she wanted to go despite the life that they gave her. You know what I mean? And so I feel like that overall Penny had a really satisfying arc for me this season.
Yeah, no pun intended, but I love how they humanized her so much. Like, even from her inception, even from like her debut in Volume 1, we were always like immediately drawn to the fact that despite her being made of nuts and bolts instead of squishy guts, it didn't make her any less real than someone like Ruby. And, you know, having her back in Volume 7, I think reinforced to a lot of people who might not have had the time necessary to build an attachment to Penny during the Beacon arc. I think they not only reinforced that, but pretty much put the nail in the coffin. No, again, no pun intended. Put the nail in the coffin for really establishing Penny as a bona fide character. And
so many people I think loved Penny more because of these past two seasons. So I think that a lot of people at first they were like, they're bringing Penny back. Like they were a little hesitant about the idea, but then as you see her in Volume 7 and in Volume 8, I think a lot of people grew to love her in a way that they didn't necessarily love her before, and then so to have her taken away from us, right, hurt even more than I think it ever did in Volume 3.
I think in a way that also immortalizes the character, right? Like for some characters, they're really defined by how they go out. You know, like Pyrrha made a noble sacrifice. Penny did the same thing, and that's a part of the human experience to some degree. You know, dying for your loved ones, or sacrificing yourself, I should say, for your loved ones, whether it's a parent and child, or even in this case, friends. And I think Penny pretty much established that the one choice that she had, this is what I want to do with my life. And despite it being cut short, I think that that made her a forever loved character. For sure. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, the Ruby Volume 8 Oscars Awards show has come to a close. We really hope you guys enjoyed all of the work and effort that has gone into this. A big shout out to everybody that has helped collaborate on this effort together. We started this during the halfway point of the volume, and just seeing everybody's individual submissions come together with the editing and everything else in between was really great to put together.
Yes, it was a pleasure doing this with our fellow RubyTubers. Make sure that you guys check them out. They will all have links in the description down below. And you guys should also check out the artist that made our thumbnail, Keith.
Oh yeah,
His
Keith.
link will be down below too, and so you guys can go commission him and all of that stuff. You know, for all your OC, Pokemon, Ruby type needs. He does a lot of different like OC work and everything like that. So if that's something you're interested in, you should definitely check him out. And we will be here continuing to entertain you with videos or with art during the Ruby Volume 8 hiatus. And thank you to everyone who voted, watched, and we will see you next time.
I mean,
bye.
Holy hell. That was amazing. Oh. Wow. That was a marathon, gotta say. But nevertheless, I enjoyed it. I had fun. I hope all of you did too. That was I always enjoy when when Arnold and Cal, they team up to entertain their fans and the community. And you know, it's nice when they do stuff like this. And you know, it's Kruby definitely deserves all the credit for what they do day in and day out, entertaining us weirdos with an amazing show that has gone on 9 years. We're gonna get volume 9 this year, so it's definitely a labor of love. And I just wish that Monty was alive to see this and seeing how much the fandom and the community appreciates what he does. And I think he would be super proud, probably bring a tear to his eye, probably. Being that he started out as this, the idea that started out as something he had a dream and mentioned 4 colors, you know, red, white, black, yellow, and just taking the idea of that and which now has become something much bigger than what I guess he never intended or never imagined what it would be. So thank you everyone for watching. Follow me on Twitter at BlackNorman10. I got a couple of reactions to, you know, the Nintendo E3, the Square Enix one. I'm going to be doing some reactions to the Rooster Teeth RTX at home, and that's going to be happening next month. So look for that. So again, thank you all for watching, and I will see all of you in the next one.